Zelphis, standing in for Raffle. He's kind of busy right now. He's got a few things to do around the house and so on and so forth. So he's asked me to step in and stream something, and I recently picked up a title at the insistence of a friend who you've probably seen in the chat once or twice, named Herpy, and he loves this game. He's actually super huge into this game, and his incessant, constant battery of expounding on the virtues of this game have finally won me over to the point where I want to try it. As you can see here, we're just starting off. I've done maybe 2 or 3 introductory battles just to see if my computer could handle it, to see how it kind of ran the game in total. So far, not too bad. I've only experimented with the Germans and the Russians so far. I have not tried the Japanese Navy, the United States Navy, or the British Navy. And I believe the French were the most recent addition to this with this little group here. Again, I personally, from my historical perspective, I'm actually quite thin on the naval doctrine side of things. Obviously, you know a few of the iconic ships that really go with it. Like, for example, in the Japanese Navy, the Yamato, the Akagi. For the Americans, Iowa, Mississippi, California, etc. Enterprise. For this example, for the Germans, I definitely remember the Tirpitz and the efficiency of their Wolfpack U-boats. But beyond that, I really couldn't tell you anything about the Russian Navy. The Brits, again, had they've always been a very large naval time power. The French in recent years, not so much. Again, I don't know very much about them. It's just a very low thing. So, again, with Herp and with Borrowed in chat, we'll probably be able to hop in and they'll be able to say, oh yes, that ship's tonnage is this, and its weaponry is this, and it can do this and this and this. For me, it's more of, this is my introduction to trying to learn more about the different ships and the ship types that are involved, and what they can do. And by the way, if anyone's experiencing any issues with visuals or audio quality, let me know. Ruffle and I spoke the other day about what's causing the black bars, and it's because the current monitor I have is a piece of junk. So I'll be replacing that sometime tomorrow. So we should be able to have proper width by height and everything else that'll go with it. So, let's see. My ship is the Hashidate. I'm not sure. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation for that. By the way, warning right now. If I do in fact butcher the names of any of the ships from a nation that is not a primarily English-speaking one, feel free to correct me in chat and I will practice until I get it right. And I love the fact that within my skill range, there are only 2 other people online right now who can do this. So if this doesn't pick up shortly, we'll go back over to playing co-op battles against the AI, until at least I can level up a little bit more, and hopefully that'll bring in up against actual people, because fighting against the AI will get tedious over time. Yeah, the menu in this is actually pretty gorgeous. I'm quite a fan. The original background scene for it was we were up in dry dock. The ship was actually up on its caulks and ready to actually be serviced. It wasn't that impressive for me, so I started fiddling with it till I could get it back into something that looked appropriate. So I'm going to give this until the 2-minute mark. If we don't find a game against people, we'll go back to playing Babby mode until we level up high enough to actually play against someone. Ah, 2 free. I didn't know that was how to take it. I thought that was 107 within the North American area, and the 2 that were available were the ones that were actually in my tree, my little area. Hey, Rudes, what's up? And that's the 2-minute mark. Are you sure you want to leave the queue? Well, I'm not going anywhere, so why not? You know what? Let's continue with this little ship. I like the look of its guns. These look fun. Well, at least we won't have any trouble finding an enemy. I might be wrong. Oh, well, oh! Wait, yes? No? Kicking me back to menu? This happened before. Ah! We're getting into the game. Good. Alright, so the scoring point is by holding our objectives, we'll be getting +2 every 6 seconds. Losing allied ships, obviously, in the different class weight limits do apply. For example, destroyers, cruisers, battleships, carriers. My ship is nowhere near that level, so... alright, so we've got a few off to our left. How many AI do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 versus all of those, and it's just me and one other person. Alright. Well, I gotta say, the detail they put into this is pretty impressive, although those little those little wood slats above are kind of making me chuckle, I gotta admit. Alright, the game has begun.
Action stations.
Action stations indeed. Let's put her into full. We'll start veering a little bit here to the right. I've learned early on, and again, I just kind of think this is common sense. If you're going to be going into a conflict, stick with the other ships of your fleet. Going off alone seems like a recipe for getting targeted, soloed out, and destroyed very quickly. Now, this ship's pretty speedy, actually. I'm enjoying the kick this engines have. We're approaching maximum speed, which is continually updating with those. Now you'll notice there are two brackets here that are moving with my mouse. These are indicative of both the bow turret and the aft turret that are available on a ship. Now, multiple ship types have different turrets, different configurations, and some of them even have secondary weapons. But because we're in the little baby tier right now, tell me where. And I don't have the range or the elevation to get that guy, so we'll have to try and navigate around. Ah, but you I can... no, I can't. Alright, we're going to swing wide. It looks like there's already been an exchange of fire between the primary group of our fleet, which isn't bad. Ah, there we go. Something I can actually hit. Alright, I'm going to fire off 2 ranging shots. Just shy, so let's bring it back and fire from there. Hopefully these two will reach them in time. Nothing yet. Alright, so they're moving more. Alright, now we've got the aft turrets getting out on it, which is good. I'm gonna keep the bow onto the target, just because I want to try and... Alright, hits to Citadel. Good. Accelerating away from us. They're heading in behind cover. Yes, got him.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
Foundered. Oh, that would have been floundered, but alright. Those are probably going to miss anyway, but it could be interesting to see if one of them at least wings near it. Nope, still too short. I knew that was going to happen, but could be fun. Honestly, Ruffle, I haven't played very much of this. I've given this probably about 15 minutes of my time total. Warning for causing damage to ally Buckmaster. Oh, Hallman warning to causing... Okay, so that's AI versus AI. I thought that warning was against me, but back to your topic. With only 15 minutes into the game, I can't form an opinion on the game itself. The more I play it, the better I'd be able to tell you, but obviously they don't have ships in War Thunder. I much prefer the tank action in... Alright, he's backing off. I much prefer the tank action in War Thunder than I do to World of Tanks, just because it seems like the netcode in War Thunder is better than in World of Tanks. I've played World of Tanks and had issues where I might outmass a target 2-to-1 and have a very high-powered penetrating weapon, and I'll hit a target on a weak spot, say for example the ring of the turret or straight through a coaxial gun, and the game will go, "That round bounced!" And of course, when you hear that like 100 different times, it starts to really piss you off, because you're going, well, if I'm hitting the target on a weak spot, and it's telling me that's a weak spot, but nothing's happening, you kind of wonder like, alright, now how many of this is actually me playing the game and failing, and how much of this is just the game not registering me playing it and doing it right? Oh, and I've set my target on fire. Good. So I'll have to... Again, the reason I keep zooming out is because I'm trying to watch for these, as well as if it gets a little shallow. And you never know what you could hit. Alright, set that guy up for a good one. Excellent. And also the ability to play War Thunder aerially. I like mixing things up, Raffle. I prefer to have options. If I did the same old thing over and over and over, I would become very bored very quickly. And within these games, there is a lot that goes into the detection range for what you can afford to play with or as. So, for example, in World of Tanks, if you don't spend days of your life trying to level up past a certain tier point, that was way too low, You don't try and spend days out of your life trying to level up past a certain tier. For example, in World of Tanks, I think I'm up to tier 4, tier 3. I can't really advance anymore, or if I did, it would take forever, and they're very heavily predicated on kills. Yeah, see, that was pretty easy. I don't know, I like the accuracy on these guns. They don't have as much spread as the Russians, and they don't have the firing rate of the Germans either, so it's kind of like, accuracy over fire rate and probable damage. That could inform our opinion on how we play going forward. Containers. You can collect up to 3 containers with rewards each day. Containers are upgraded for XP you grant during... For a super container with a super valuable reward. Cool. Don't really care. The Erie class. Tell me more about the Erie class. The Erie class patrol gunboats were designed as small multi-purpose ships capable of performing a wide range of tasks, from artillery to support for landing operations to protection of convoys. The ships were well armored and well armed for their size. They were the first in the U.S. Navy to receive automatic AA guns. Okay, that sounds really promising, and I'm wondering if I can engage other naval targets with said AA guns. Decent maneuverability, pretty good concealment, and a rating of 4 for survivability. Yeah, let's see what happens. I'm actually kind of curious. And Raffle, you yourself has said that every time you play War Thunder and it's a aerial mission, you know how we have those periods where you're spending probably about 5 to 10 minutes flying to a target, but if you get shot down, well, either if it's a realistic battle, you're out of the game completely, and in that game, especially in the aerial combat, if it's not arcade, aircraft get shot down excruciatingly easy if you're playing against enemies who are a higher tier than you. For example, some aircraft have autocannons and things like that, and you're just sitting there going, well, one of those hit my wing, and it has shorn the wing completely off of the fuselage. I am now falling 1,000 feet to the ground. Fun! Whereas other times you can lay into a target with multiple guns. For example, the British tree has, as you've experienced yourself, the RAF Spitfire is not that great, and you can light up a target for days and it'll still keep flying, especially if you're fighting something that's Russian and made out of steel. But it's more fun in arcade, I find, because you can hop into whatever vehicles you've got and you can keep flying them as much as you want. Alright, so we've got 2 bow guns, or 2 aft guns, 2 bow guns. Yeah, I know, Herpy knows everything about this game, Raffle. It's kind of why I'm glad he's not here, because I'm afraid he'd be like, chat, trying to command, like, you don't have it at full speed, what are you doing, drop anchor, and etc, etc. So I'm going to just stream this, and when he comes back and he starts raging, I'll just say, hey man, I'm sorry you missed it. It's just a shame. Alright, I'm more in the middle of the battle line this time, so let's go ahead and bring ourselves... Ooh, drifting a little bit, I like that. Let's go ahead and pull ourselves over just a little further to where our gun turrets can match. And why do I have 2 in the... Ah, I see, they haven't swiveled their way around yet. Yeah, you can see them on the back. They're like, well, Commander, you've kind of been looking around instead of free looking. It's going to be a while till those... it's going to be a while till those traverse around to where I need them to be, but that's alright. We're not going to hit anything yet. Or will we? Nope, I do not have the range on that. Well, at least not yet, anyway. Do I have anything I can... Yeah, he's bringing himself around. That might, if he keeps turning, that might get him. Just shy. Alright, let's bring it down. Ah! Alright. Let's bring it down to half speed. We don't need to advance too deeply into their lines. It makes us an easier target for them. And we'll swing left just a little bit. Kind of watching for a collision course. Come on, come on, bring it around. There we go. Now we've got all 4 guns firing on a single target. Depress the guns. Ooh, that is a really interesting spread. And is that ship going for a ram attack? I don't know, but I'm probably going to hit him in a second. Yep! Ooh, almost. Yeah, I've kind of just turned into a stationary turret system right now. Okay, well, American gunners have a lot of spread. And I mean, we're a hell of a lot closer to the enemy than we were in the last fight when we were playing as a Japanese cruiser. But we're getting some good hits in, though, now that we can... Well, when we do hit, we actually do something, which is nice. Ooh, right along the waterline, too. Good. Alright, come on, gunners. And no credit for that one. Well, yeah, we've... Shit, our team actually is tearing through them. Alright, well, in the time it's taken us to kill one, 3 other enemy ships have fallen, which is intriguing. Ooh, that's right, I forgot the turrets on these things traverse really badly. Let's go ahead and just swing around a little bit. So we can bring more guns to bear. 4 hits, excellent. Actually, I don't need to zoom in. What the hell am I doing? There we go. Yes, I did. Also, I think it's a cool little bit of detail how it shows however the ships were destroyed is how they sink. So, for example, one of them took it in the bow, one took it more midships, and it's slowly sinking in that way. I had one the other day. I think it was my first game, my ship got popped, and it broke straight down the center line because it was attacked from that location the heaviest. That's a pretty good hit. Alright, Bow Gunners, can you repeat that process? One of you whiffed. Get that man's name, he's on KP. Yeah, it seems kind of... This ship seems very reliant on the ability to go broadside onto a target to try and get the most shots in. Because, and there's some land ahead, so we're going to have to adjust our course accordingly. Alright, we'll keep it on the bow for now. Plus they're firing at someone else, which will save me a lot of trouble down the road. Alright, bring us on to the next. I love the fact that I have to swing the ass of my ship in at a target to be like, alright, I've got you now.
We've destroyed an enemy cruiser.
I wonder, is that blimp mine or an enemy's? Because apparently I have A guns, and I'd like them to engage the target. Alright, boys, let's bring the ship back down from where we were. Let's not hit the ground, though. Yes, Ruffle, it does fire decently at a decent speed, which I appreciate, and I think we captured it. Yeah. Alright, 17,000 credits, 359, 317 research points, back to port. Alright, so that's the Americans, an interesting group. I know they turned into something very powerful later, so we're going to hold off on that one. We've already played the Russian one yesterday, which is why they've finally crewed up again with this. But I'm going to save them for last. I like them quite a bit, or at least second to last. Let's try the Black Swan. Alright, 2 double-barreled weapons in the front, and one little baby one in the back. Let's see what else. What can you describe us about the Black Swan? The Black Swan class sloops, the most numerous ships of this type in the British Royal Navy during World War II, were intended for escorting and guarding convoys that are rather moderate speed but outgun their foreign counterparts in terms of firepower and rate of fire. Apparently it's got 2 points of survivability onto the American ship, the Airy, which we just played. And it's got pretty good maneuverability and decent concealment. So, yeah, let's try it. The Brits have always been formidable Navy groups, in the history anyway, so let's go ahead and see what their cruiser line can offer us. But yes, Raffle, we will be playing the French line, don't you worry. I just hope they're not garbage. Yep, pretty much everyone's in now, I think, except for the Italians, but... Get the Union Jack up there. Someone has not been maintaining this ship very well. There's a lot of rust in my line of sight. Oh, well, maybe it'll help hold the ship together. Who knows? And I have depth charges on the back end of the ship. That's encouraging. I don't know if they're ever actually going to add submarine warfare to the game. I've not looked into it, but that would be interesting. Okay, let's get over the gun turrets. Let's have a look from here. Alright, so according to the minimap, we're on the left-hand side of our fleet. I'm going to push up through these little icebergs here and see what we can see. Ooh, as soon as you hit... Wow! As soon as you hit power to the engines, this thing takes off. I like it. Let's see how fast this thing fires. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good, and they've got some pretty decent velocity. I like that. I think I might be leaving one of my ships behind. Now he's just flanking longer way around. Okay. No contacts yet. Interesting. I like the ambient background noise in this, that sound of wind passing around the ship as you move, the waves lapping against the front of the ship. It's very soothing. I've always thought that travel via the water would be really quite the experience. Again, I've never really been on a boat past, well, outside of the side of land, in other words. Speedboats, I think, don't really count. Those are bumpy, crazy rides through the ocean and jutting through wave banks. Oh, hey. Well, let's backtrack that. Hello? Give them all the guns. Alright, it's a little too much. These have a lot more climb. Alright, maybe they ought to do. Alright, we've almost got them. Alright, I think they've noticed us. They're returning fire. Let's go ahead and swing into it a little bit. And we've got more company. Probably going to just try and get myself away from this. I've gone in a little too far ahead, and I don't think my ally is coming in to back me up. A little higher. There we go. Man, the Brits just chug when they've got ammo. Look at that. The rate of fire and the grouping is pretty accurate, too. In fact, now they've turned to engage my ally. I think let's go ahead and bring us around. And they turn really well, too. I think I'm starting to enjoy the Brits a lot. Of course, we're at point-blank range, so it's kind of like, well, how do you really miss at this point? Alright, so let's aim for the... Whoa, let's not aim that high. Holy shit. Okay. We'll just go straight for the hull. Critical engine damage? What the hell? I hardly got any hits off on me. Oh, but we've lost our distraction, so we're back to... Whoa! I don't know what we just hit, but that's amazing. We just destroyed that thing. What are you? Aside from a new target. That is Russian. And you're firing at the wrong target, my friend. Oh, I'm stuck at... Oh, alright. Yeah, because I've suffered engine damage, that makes sense. Let's target theirs and see what we can do. Maybe... Yep. Alright, let's initiate a repair. You cannot fire while repairing, I believe. Well, you can. Just... Problem solved! It took us 20 seconds. We've got the engines back online. Yeah, Brits are pretty spectacular. Raffle, if you wanted to play these guys, I wouldn't blame you in the light. Let's not hit the ass into the ship. Man, go Black Swan. Only one enemy craft remains, and it is also a Black Swan. versus 3 Black Swans and a Bougainville. I'm saying that right? Bougainville? Bougainville? Well, either way. Looks like these guys are having fun, and there's the game. Hopefully, if we do one more, it'll be enough to pump us up to a point where we can start fighting people. I'd really like that. I find that it's more challenging because people are a lot crazier, and they're far more likely to surprise you than the AI ever will be. And wow. Brits, man. Brits are fun. Alright, let's dive right into the French. Okay. She's a little taller. He's got comparable guns, it looks like. Let's go ahead and see what this one can tell us. The largest and most powerful representative of the Aviso type, the French Navy equivalent of sloops and gunboats. The warship was intended for colonial service abroad and carried armament that was quite good for her size. Okay, she's got 1 point of survivability onto the Black Swan. Maneuverability is comparable. And to pay for that, lack of concealment. That's fine. Let us see what the French can bring to the field. Well, then again, it's probably dropped out of regular parlance, I imagine. Wait, what are these little rails on the back for? Was that their method of deploying the depth charges? Was that a... I don't know what that is. Herbie would be able to tell us, but alas, he's not here. By the way, I'm just messing with the throttle right now because there's nothing really else to do in 18 seconds of wait time. Alright. We have 1, 2, 3 humans with us this time. Maybe it's my own fault for playing a game like this late into the evening. Man, this is a much bigger ship than the British one. Damn. Alright, center of the line. Let's take it forward. Good. How do you talk in this game? Z? No. B? No. B? Ah. Wilco. Yeah, it's, Oh! These have some issues with returning to course. I mean, whoa! Okay. It's a little less agile, but again, you would expect it from having the ship being of this size. Hey, yes, it's me. How you doing, man? Alright, so we're keeping in pace with 2 of our ships. We have 1 guy out there acting as, well, he's kind of crazy. So where is the enemy? What are you doing way out there? Heading it? Targets? Targets. Oh, it's just out of... Alright, whoa! Those have some spread. Those have a lot of spread. Holy crap. Alright, let's bring it around. I'm probably not going to be able to hit anything with these until I get really close. If I get lucky. Alright, so he's coming in. Hey, got one! So the shells have a much slower velocity than their British counterparts. They've got more spread, too. And a slower firing rate. But when they hit, they do pretty good damage. Alright, we've cleared the island. We can start coming in and bringing the butt end of our ship around. And alright, good, that's out. Man. Whoa! Alright, we're on fire. Let's go ahead and put that out. Yeah, the ship is on fire. Let's make that not happen, yes? Ooh, looks like I've made them have the same problem now. Alright. Alright, go for the water line. And 2 misses at this range. Jesus, come on, Brits. French, let's do this. Alright, the back end of the ship is now engaged. And you're done. Oh, I'm gonna hit the dinghy! I'm going to clip through the dinghy. Reminded of the Chris Farley joke. Quit playing with your dinghy! Ah, school. Yes, it's me. I know that pain. It's quite excruciating, especially having to get used to going again. Yeah, the game does look pretty good, I have to admit. Just kind of wondering what'll happen when we actually start fighting against people. Oh, that's an island. Let's not. Alright, we're gonna have to swing back and away because they're moving out of our... Oh! Man, I'm not enjoying how these French guns work. I mean, yes, they have decent power, but... Alright, let's swing it around now that we've cleared the aisle. And fire the aft turrets. Turret, in this case. Bring us back to quarter. And she's gone. Let's swing ourselves around and go after this one next. It's pretty fun so far. I'm enjoying it. But again, we've only been fighting against the bots. We haven't fought against any actual humans yet because I'm such a low level. I literally just started playing this game, I think, yesterday or the day before, at the insistence of one of our regulars, Herpy. So, we're still learning how this game handles, how the different ships work, and what their strengths and weaknesses are, and we're all at Tier 1. In fact, we tried queuing up for a game earlier, and it said, people in your range, 2 out of, I think it was 200 and some odd number. Alright, so, Bougainville. Interesting ship. Not such a fan of how this thing handles, though. That's, it's kind of beefy. So let's go ahead and hop over to the Orlan. Now, this is a fun little ship. A lot of power, really slow firing rate, but when it does hit, you just see massive chunks start to drop off of your enemy ships. Thank you for the vote of confidence. Yes, it's me. I'll take all the help I can get. Speaking of which, if anyone has any tips or tricks or any other little advice for a newbie to this, please by all means let me know. As I said at the beginning of the stream, naval combat in the Second World War and even into the First World War aren't really my forte. I was more of ground battles and aerial battles. That was more of the things that actually really drew my attention as a kid and into teenage years. The Navy was more of a awesome battleships, cool aircraft carriers. What else do you know about them? I can name a few of the different ship classes, and that's about it. So for me, this is all something brand new. I wonder how you get the AA guns to shoot at things. That's what I really want to know. Also, if anyone's been paying attention, these guns are much larger than all of the equivalent guns we've used so far. We're in the middle of the fleet once again, so we'll be heading up the middle. Rather than trying to flank around the sides, we just don't have the speed to try and be that crafty from this starting position. Hey, Grinch. Well, I'm glad that we have a veteran with us, because that will make things a lot more interesting. For example, Citadel hits. I always took that to mean this little conning tower, the sort of bridge of the ship, which you'll see behind this big-ass gun. Or something like what's standing directly behind it, where you can see between the foremast and the front gun turret. If that's not the Citadel, let me know, and I'll start trying to adjust my fire accordingly. Also, do I get bonus points, bonus damage for firing at a target near or at the waterline? Hopefully it'll flood the ship that much quicker and hope it'll sink. I figure targeting near the engines or the turrets themselves might trigger the fuel reserves or the munitions of the ship itself that I'm firing at. And what in the hell is he... Oh, he's just shooting to be a dick. There's nothing he's actually firing at. Yep, have no fear. We return to the realm of RimWorld shortly enough. In fact, I'm actually eager to see how you guys survive this next one. Alright, so can we fire at anything that's currently within our arc? Might be able to ruin your day. Let's try it. Okay, let's change the arc a little bit. It's looking pretty good. Maybe. Maybe! Yeah! Long range bombardment. Whoa! Okay, well, we have our own problems to deal with now, so we'll focus on these and leave the rest of the targets to our fleet. Oh, look at the damage. And the thing is, the shells you can see are just larger than the other ones we've been using thus far with the other ships. Alright, and 3 to 4 hits. Swing us around, adjust course, make them have to retarget. Waterline and Citadel, I think. Yeah, let's cut across. I would love to have a torpedo ship for these kinds of situations. Hey, buddy. What? How did I... I'm not entirely sure how I missed that target, but... This is, by the way, this is stupid. I shouldn't be doing this. Hits. Good. That's what we're going for. Let's throttle back. Tighten our turn. And through the engines are where we want to be. What are you? You are a black swan, if I miss my guess. Something else to target us. Let's focus on you. Alright, we're taking some serious hits. We might actually sink. Yes, the ship is on fire, but the shells will kill us first. So keep firing. And we're down. Again, not to be unexpected. I mean, we did kind of drive right through the middle of their entire fleet, which was kind of absurd. But then again, I'd overextended to the point where it's kind of like, by the time I had taken to turn fully around and head back into my own ships, that would have taken forever, and I would have been under attack and unable to fire my primary weapon at the enemy the entire time. So, sunk one enemy ship, dealt damage to 2 other ones, and acted as a mobile target, which drew off the enemy AI for my own team. You know, that's actually a game I would love to try on here, Raffle. Silent Hunter has always been one of those impressive games. Yes, Grinch, I have been zooming in and out, but once we got close enough to the target where I could kind of see it by eye, I really didn't need to have it. I mean, we were probably, what would you say, less than 100 feet apart at most of the times once we got into the second half of the round. At that point, you don't need to use the zoom in, I don't feel. Well, at least not yet, anyway. Alas, poor Orlin to the depths. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the combat, though. We're having a close-range slugging match going on here, which is interesting. Are you even trying? Okay, there. 1 out of 6. Come on, he's at nothing. Sink him. Ooh, that's pretty bad. What are you guys up to? More of a slugging match. That won't be decided anytime soon. 3 ships that'll be joining the fight. And he's the last little guy left. I love this freeload camera, by the way. It's not clunky at all. Yeah, that guy that was firing was a bot, but even bots should be firing better than that, Grinch. I mean, Jesus. 1 out of 6 at less than this range. Look at this. At this point, people on the deck could be shooting at other crew members, like an American, or I was going to say American, like a Los Angeles drive-by. Normally when I say American drive-by, most people who are outside of the States tend to think of, like going through a drive-thru. And we're back. Only one last group to try, which will be the Germans. 52 hits, 1 destroyed, and set somebody on fire. I get the feeling playing as the Russians down the line will be really rewarding or really frustrating by turns, which I'm really looking forward to trying. Germans. Now, this is the only Tier 2 ship we have. I started off playing as the Germans, and I had a great deal of fun, so I went and bought the one next directly below it. This is the Dresden. A typical German protected cruiser of the 20th century. Dresden could serve as a scout or raider, or cover a ship squadron from enemy destroyers. Boasted a high speed for her time and very good protection. Compared with the majority of enemy cruisers, she was fitted with numerous yet less efficient guns. 18 survivability versus the single digits we were working with before. Her artillery is at a rating of 15. AA defense is abyssal, but again, we're not up against aircraft carriers yet. So we don't really have to worry about that much. Maneuverability, pretty good for a ship this size. I'm content with being able to shimmy around. It's got 3 stacks, which are fun. Concealment, not so much, but again, we're in a larger ship. Makes sense. Now, if I was in something the size of, let's say, a battleship, and it's like, concealment, 80, I'd be going, okay, something has gone clearly wrong here. Ah, new map. Provide artillery support and protect allies with... okay. So apparently we are supposed to be protecting allies with anti-aircraft fire. However, there isn't anything to really shoot at yet. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Can we use the guns on the side of the ship? No way. They're not going to let me have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're not going to let me have 8 shots on the side. That can't be. I mean, that would be amazing, but there's no way in hell the game would give me something that OP. I stand corrected. They did give me something that OP. Broadside time, ladies and gentlemen. Full speed ahead, Germans. We're doing this. Can't full speed any harder, guys. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to wait till the fun starts. And she's moving, too. Man. Alright, let's do this. I do kind of wonder why it has such a massive amalgamation of... I don't know what these are called in naval terms, actually. Rope? Riggings. That's what they're called. Riggings. I think. Maybe that's only on sail ships? Between the 2 masts and the... Regardless. If anyone's a naval historian in the chat, please chime in. I want to know. Alright, swing us around. Bring the guns to bear. Oh! When this hits, you guys are in for it. Fire everything, boys. Alright, we're going to go to a full stop. In fact, we're going to back up a little bit just to give us a better range on this target. Alright, now we're taking return fire. Whoa! It's arcing from over the landmass. Interesting. Alright, those are a little too low. Let's elevate. Getting some hits, but again, we're making ourselves a wider target for them. Alright. We're going to have to back it up. We're going to back it up and swivel and address these targets behind us because we are going way too slow. Torpedoes? What? Oh, shit! Astern. Yes. Where? I can't Oh crap, I've made a cardinal mistake! Okay, yep, those are torpedoes. We've officially seen torpedoes for the first time. Let's not stay here. I don't feel comfortable doing that at that speed. Let's move the Dresden in. Wait, we have high explosive and AP? Load AP. We're doing this.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Torpedoes to starboard. Well, I'm behind
Torpedoes to starboard.
I'm behind an outcropping, so go for it. Oh, hey boys. What's going on? Oh. Ha 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 ha. Well, new favorite ship has just officially been confirmed as the Dresden. Hey guys, what's going on? Man, with the speed I've got, I'm getting right around behind them. This is a really redoubtable little ship. I'm not entirely sure what I'm hitting. Man, they're tanky though. Wait, is that another Dresden? Yep. I'm sorry, Dresden. It's time to say farewell. New target.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
Correction, a new target. Oh, another Dresden. Now, I wonder if I can mix the rounds, like two of them firing HE, two other ones firing AP. Damn. This is something else. I'm having a blast with this ship. I love it! Oh shit, I'm actually going too fast for my own good. I'm going to leave the target and... Ah! I've gone so fast I've left the target zone. Well, let's take our cruise ship around for another pass. Oh, what's this? Whoops. A little too late for that one, but... I don't know. Would that be considered a kill steal if you're trying to help out at the last second? You've contributed absolutely nothing up until that point. Alright, let's see if we can't contribute a little bit more. Dresden versus Dresden. Let's see the fight. No, it's not really fair. It's a 3v1 at this point. Alright, elevate the guns, swing a little wider so we can bring more guns to bear. And she's gone. Whoa! Oh! Barely missed that one. Torpedo dead ahead. Full reverse. I'm not gonna get caught in that crap. Get out of here. Alright, well, we've officially discovered the most OP ship in our tier class, which is the Dresden, and I freaking love it. Wow. I honestly thought, looking at that ship model in the hangar, or port, hangar, silly aviator. Looking at it here, I swear to all of you, I thought we were only going to be able to use the little two podunk guns here, and the little two podunk guns here. I had no idea. I thought these were just for show, but I was wrong. And I'm happy to be wrong in this case. I'm extremely happy to be that incorrect. You're cool. I like you. Alright, so we've leveled up a little bit. We've accrued quite a bit of cash, which is good. We've also accrued up a little bit more into our modules, which, since we did so well in that one, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade our fire control system for 250. And I would like to purchase it for 25,000. Now, here we've already got the Dresden Hull A. Now, what is the Hull B? Survivability +1, maneuverability +3. I could definitely go for that, in fact. Not researched. I would like to, though. Oh, it takes 400. Okay. I could have done that or that. I should have done it this way first, because as nice as this is, having more survivability on a ship, huge. Well, let's check out... Excuse me. Let's go ahead and check out the... Oh, I don't want to sell that. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Okay, so that's the... How do I get out of this? I've borked something, and I'm not too sure what.
You can increase the technical and combat capabilities of your...
You've accidentally activated the tutorial. Congratulations. Let's go to the tech tree. Alright, so the Dresden's our favorite ship right now, which we can take it over to a destroyer. I'm assuming these are... Yep, these have torpedoes. Or to the Kolberg. Huh. Which will then lead into the... Tons of fun is awaiting here. I really do want to try these out. I mean, just... So many fun choices await. Let's see, the Brits get the Weymouth. Entered service in 1911. Ships in service 4. The medium-sized cruiser has weak armor protection but boasted powerful artillery and quite a high speed. She was conceived as a trade protection cruiser and was designated for countering lightly armed enemy ships of the same type. Probably not going to be investing most of my points into this series yet, although the Bellerophon would be... That would be fun. The French have the Girene, the Friant, the Duguay Truin? Again, I apologize to all French and French Canadians. Let's see, the Americans upgrade into the Chester, a lightly armed cruiser with reasonably good speed for her time, but suffering from rather poor armament and armor. The ship could act as a good scout and a destroyer flotilla leader. The cruisers of this class were the first ships in the U.S. Navy to feature turbine propulsion. They remained the only turbine cruisers in the U.S. Navy for a very long time. Which is kind of a shame. I kind of love the idea of invention and innovation as you go along, but... Hold on, where are your captains? Grinch, I have zero idea where my captains are. They might have fucked off for a drink on the shoreline, or they might be spending time with their families back home on leave. I haven't received any sort of tutorial training for what to do with captains. And so it's kind of one of those like, I don't really know anything about this game. So I'm learning as we go. So okay, I can go through and just dick around with this. Ports. Honor the Heroes issued. Service record, decent. You know what? As much fun as I'm having with that, I do want to kind of... I want to go back to the Japanese. We're going to try this ship again until we have enough to upgrade to the next line, because I'm curious. Can we unlock this yet? No, we can't. Do I have to unlock all the modules first, I wonder? Probably. Sure. For that low of a price, I'll spend the money. And every time this pops up, I keep wanting to hit escape and go back to the port. Like, alright, let's go. Time to ship out. Every ship should have a captain. I agree with you there. Should be in the top right screen of the port view. So somewhere over here, you mean? Maybe because I'm a little baby commander, I don't actually get access to a... I don't actually get access to a captain yet? Grinch, you're too good. I'm sorry. You gotta make allowances for us little scrub-a-dubs who are just learning how to float around on the water. Overpenetration with AP on those destroyers. Yes, you're probably right, but again, I do worry about that with any sort of naval battle. I mean, these are massive ships of steel and iron that are moving through the ocean at a good clip. I always imagined having a mixed artillery bag, something where you'd have larger guns carrying AP, smaller guns perhaps using HE to try and create a fire inside the engine block or something like that, or if nothing else, to scare the hell out of the crew. Alright, so we're back in the naval area, or we're back in the Arctic naval warfare area. I'm assuming those are destroyer icons, but we'll see. And who do we have? Popov, Zioko, Apostolos, Gabritar, another player, Tove, Nakamov, Knight, Yagarov. And again, you can always tell what's a bot with these two little icons directly adjacent to it. See, Grinch, you're making my night, man. I love that idea.
Battle starts.
And I really wish we could get, like, actual Navy voice captains for that instead of "Battle starts!" Sort of like a really bad late-night TV commercial kind of guy. We'd actually have someone speak in Japanese, "The battle commences," or in the Germans, "Flank full ahead." And the French one would be, "When is lunch?" I'm joking. It wouldn't be lunch. Alright, so we're a little bit back and on the flank of our group again, which is okay. Our ship's pretty speedy. I'm probably going to go through these two little areas here just to be a jerk. See, Grinch, I'm really glad you're spending the time to tell me all this, because it's just going to make it that much more interesting. Why, hello there. Alright, so I saw them first and then they saw me, which is fine. That's too high because he's moving directly on me, so we'll have passed the... Oh no, he slowed down. Alright. And we're getting some support fire from one of our ships elsewhere. Let's adjust and move in. Alright, back to 1/4. That was a fire from the hip and it's gonna miss! Okay, back to full now that we've changed direction. Let's not give that bigger ship in the back. Yes, he's on fire! And we're getting some good hits on the hull. Enemy is severely damaged. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, it's just... the accuracy of these guns just makes me smile. Can't really see very well through the fog bank, but give them some pepper. Plus the fact that we keep setting people on fire is just that much better. Oh, I'm gonna pepper that mountain. Yep. Alright, full ahead. We'll flank around while our poor friend here draws their fire. Alright, so we've got ourselves a small interlude of calm. Nothing requiring repairs. And it looks like our ally has sank... Oh, we have another... I love it. We have one little ship back here who's like, "Don't worry guys, I'm helping." And my allies are shooting each other as opposed to... Hold on. Popov warning against Apostolos. Popov warning for causing damage to Tove. Apostolos for hitting Tove. What the hell? Why does no one like Tove? What did Tove ever do to them? And I think this target is speeding around faster than I can get to the... Ooh, okay. I don't know what kind of critical hit that was, but it definitely did the job. Ah, hey, buddy. Mind if I join the party? Gotcha. Alright, I gotta angle a little higher because his speed of advance is gonna push him past the shells. Unless he stops, in which case, well, good on you, but... I think those two will hit, if he doesn't move. Yes! Shells away, boys. Let's bring us around. Ooh, hit to Citadel. Well, it's nice to know I can contribute. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna back it off to full and just keep peppering this guy. And let's avoid the giant island. That could be dangerous. Probably going to hit that, yeah. No, Grinch. I hadn't been paying attention to the stack. I was actually watching the bow of the ship in relation to the surrounding terrain versus my speed comparable to the target, which has been kind of working so far, but I'll keep an eye on the stacks from now. Alright, the bow guns have cleared it. Why, hello there. Yeah, maybe the back guns? No, we don't have that. Alright. Well, we'll shoot at what we can shoot at. I'm not sure what that icon represents. It looks like a valve with a lightning bolt through it. Maybe that's a blade? Like the screws on the ship itself? That's gonna finish it. Yep. Alright. One enemy ship remaining versus 4 of us, and they've got the range. I don't think it's going to be around by the time I get there. However, we can watch its demise. Not bad. Again, when I see large hit radiuses on this, it's always one of those like, I might not be doing the most damage, but I'm getting the hang of actually using the gun turrets. So, the Hashidate has, again, I apologize if I'm butchering the names. Sir, have got everything upgraded. We can go on to the Chikuma. I've not researched. I would like to research it though, so are you sure? Yes. Elite status is given to ships with all available modules and technical branches researched. XP earned on elite ships can be converted to free XP. Excellent. So since we've already used this ship, and this new ship looks pretty impressive, I must say, let's go ahead and, for now, get rid of this ship. I want to keep it, but we'll come back to it. Once I have more slots available, I will pick one of those up. Japan. Chikuma. Is there anything I can research on this just yet? Not yet. I have to earn my place. One bow turret. Kind of tiny. Ah, but we've got a little bit more availability on the sides, though. It's not quite up to the Dresden's level, but I'll bet you she's fast. This is going to be fun. Let's try her out. Whew. Well, you know what? We have been going up pretty well in our tiers. We should probably try and see if we can queue up against humans next. Well, Grazillion, you and I both share that. The larger the ships, the better the guns, the better the speed, the more hits we can endure, and the more intense the opposition becomes. Provided we get into the game. Alright, cool. Let's see. Team members. Another Chikuma, Adrian. I'm pretty sure that's... I'm not too sure which one that is, actually. Dresden. A Novik. Putting my money on that being a Russian. And that's definitely a Russian. Excellent. 2 Jurians, a Dresden, 2 Chikumas, a Novik. We're pretty evenly matched. Actually, this looks like a... It's a mirror match. What am I saying? And I still have no idea why there's this much rigging on a ship of this class and this size. If anyone can tell me why that's a thing, I would actually love to learn about why these ships are built the way they were. Because I don't think you would need that much at this point in time.
Battle starts.
Alright, let's take it ahead to 3/4 and see what we can do. Yes, Raffle, we're still talking about ships, because if we did anything else, we'd probably get in trouble on the stream. Although, jeez, this thing pollutes a great deal. Let's take it down to the gun level. I love this view, though, just from a personal perspective. Plus, it's kind of hypnotic watching the waves just kind of roll by. And breaks over, back to the war. Let's bring our turret around. I think we're going to go ruin someone's day over here. And wow, we've got some pretty good acceleration on this ship. Why, hello there. That is almost no spread. I love it. Yeah, that's the thing. It's, we do play pretty violent video games on here, but to a point we, I'm a lot more nervous about it because, again, Raffle started the stream, and he's very generous to let me be on here with him, but, man, I always fear that it's like one of the Twitch guys is going to drop in and go, I see you're being a little bit lewd. I think you're going to suspend this. And I don't see how this ship's going to survive for much longer. Have we reloaded? Wow. This ship. Alright, bring it around. Bring it around, I think. Oh, okay, the guns are fixed in a little bit more of a tighter arc than I'm used to dealing with. Oh, okay, they're fixed forward. They don't swivel. Alright. I can deal with this. I think. Can I? No? Okay. Well, we might have... This might have been a tactical error. Light damage, on fire. We've taken some hits. Yes, our ship is on fire. Probably not the best. Got it. Alright. Let's switch over to our secondary weapon. Or, sorry, armor piercing for now. We're going to cut our speed so we don't hit our ally. Jesus, this thing has to be pointing at the enemy to use both of its guns. Okay, so let's point us at the enemy. Fire 3, fire 2, fire something. I don't care what. Just, come on. Reload them guns, boys. And I see what I'm doing. Instead of hitting 2-3 for the gun turrets, I'm hitting the change-up for the ammunition. Well, that's a mistake. I shouldn't be doing that. Alright, if I come along on the side, maybe? I'm too fast. I'm too fast for my own good. Alright, come on. Oh, get those fires out, boys. Yeah, we might be a little boned. Because apparently fire teams have a cooldown. I did not realize that at the time. Okay. Fire teams get that under control. Alright, so... Oh! And we're beached. Good job. Well, maybe we can back us off. Yeah, we can. Get a shot off something, please. Fire any of the guns. I don't care which. Alright, you need to stop shooting at me, though. Ooh. Oh, man, I'm gonna die from a fire.
The ship is on fire.
Yes, the ship is on fire, but the question is, will the ship burn down to a crisp in 45 seconds or less? And holy shit. It's, yeah, it's a little bad. I mean, it could be worse. Alright, that's not doing much. Let's go ahead and swap over to another ammunition type. Yes, actually, Grinch, I love the Dresden. Just for the amount of firepower, the speed, the accuracy and refire rate of the guns, and... Oh! Okay, good. Yeah, seems like HE's having more of an effect on this target than AP is. 5 seconds. 4 seconds. Come on, fire control team. Don't let the ship down. And we've bought ourselves a small extension on our lives.
Problem solved, sir.
If I'm not mistaken, they're also increasing the time between them. Alright, that's going to go wide. Nope!
We've destroyed an enemy cruiser.
Good. Alright, 2 shells, 3 shells off, and probably going to miss. Nope. Alright, so we've got them right about here is where we want them. Now the reason I'm standing off is because my ship is too heavily damaged for me to do anything else. If I get close, I'm done. Yes, come on, come on, come on, come on! Fire! One more volley. Will this be the finisher? Will this be the finisher? No. Will this... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, oh, oh! Back it up! Okay. Yep, I've learned my lesson. Don't start a fight you can't finish. I'm going to leave that target to my teammates, while my brand new ship limps home. It's been on fire 3 times, and it's been shelled heavily. I'm lucky to be alive. And he's coming back to finish the job. Oh boy. Oh boy. Come on. Any turrets that are available, please keep firing. Don't let him kill me. It's too early. Is he turning into? Is he turning away? No, he's turning into the... Alright. Whew. The AI finally saved my bacon. Well, that was that was a harrowing fight inside of a Chikuma. I mean, damn. We nearly lost that ship. But, again, dealing that amount of damage and surviving it means we've probably upgraded enough to where we can afford a new module. And so we have. Main battery firing range and firing range increased. Good. Yes. Are you sure? Yes. No, I just buy things for the hell of it. I'm never really paying attention. Okay, so Grinch is saying I might enjoy the... Let's check that tech tree. The St. Louis. A typical big cruiser of the pre-Dreadnought era. The ship is armed with numerous artillery whose rate of fire was quite rapid for her time, and the armor belt protecting the propulsion, but featured only moderate speed. Sounds comparable, but it's got a hell of a lot more survivability. But again, we're jumping out of an entire tree, though, so it's not like we're going from Chester versus Dresden, although that would be a good fight. Ooh, the South Carolina. That... A Dreadnought sounds like it would be a really good time to play. But let's go back to the port. Wait, almost level 5. That should bring us in with... We should be able to fight against people now. Let's try the Airy one more time. Hopefully it won't go full south. Secondary target hits. We were very close to the enemy. Yeah, Grinch, we got a little too close. That was our problem. Players within my range. 4. Well, shucks. Come on, game. I want to fight people. That's where the fun's at. Don't get me wrong, the AI make for great target practice, but they're not as batshit insane and inventive as human beings are. So, Grazillion, Grinch, what would you say would be your favorite ship types? And yes, it's me. If you're still here, I'd be loving to know what your opinion is on this as well. Ah, good tea. Yeah, I imagine so. With it being, again, we're on a North American server. It is now, let's see, phone, tell me. It is 1 in the morning. Most people have work, most people have school. I have both, but in my case, I'm a night owl. I stay up for hours at a time because A, I can't sleep, B, I'm a nervous wreck at times, and C, I have a video game I'm playing, which just helps me stay awake that much longer. I'll tell you what, I have a 2-minute rule with this. If we don't find a combat with against other players in the 2-minute marker, we'll switch back to going against the AI. So, would anyone like to determine what type of ship we go with, or sorry, nation we provide? We're going to go back to Tier 1, so we have a choice of the Americans, the French, the British, and I believe the Russians. So we'll have a little bit of a tally go up into the chat, and whoever votes for the most is the one we shall play first. Nuts. So again, our choices are the Airy, and the Orlan, the Black Swan, or the Bougainville. French are the bottom of your list. Well, I can see why. I didn't have much fun playing in the Bougainville myself. Just the guns didn't impress me, the speed and turning radius didn't really impress me, and plus she handles kind of like a brick. It takes a lot longer to bring her back on a course from a sudden course correction. However, I love the Black Swan. This is a fun little ship to pilot. So is the Orlan in its own way. It's just a lot slower and it seems to be a little more fragile in my opinion. So, we've already got one person saying no, we don't want to play the French. Does anyone have any objections to playing as either the Black Swan from the British or the Airy from the Americans? Brazilian, if you're talking about destroyers, I'm sorry, my friend, we're going to have to wait a little bit on that one. I haven't unlocked any destroyers for any of the great nations that were involved in World War II. You know what? We've got 2 votes so far for Brits. Alright, let's go with the Brits then. I'm going to be the decider on that one. We'll go 3 for 3 and play as the Brits. Oh shit, wrong cue. Whoops! I forgot. We're doing this. Although I have to admit, the game is very forgiving for when you screw up. It'll let you click over and click out as quickly as you can. Some games will lock you into a queue until you actually join the fight, and then you're just like, well, I have to go anyway, sorry. For whatever reason, be it, oh, hey, I've freaking lost track of time, I've got to go to work, etc., etc. So, 20-second queue time on average. We've got 3 Black Swans, a Hermelin, Hashtat, and 3 Aries versus... It's always going to be a mirror match. We're fighting ourselves against the AI every time, which I'm okay with. It allows us to learn the ins and outs of our ships from both an offensive and a defensive perspective. Now, if they ever whoa, hello, is that a Bofors I see? I'd like to shoot an enemy boat with that, actually. Now I wonder, does anyone have any idea if they're going to be instituting submarine warfare? Because a lot of our ships have depth charges on the back end of them, and I would love for that to be a dynamic in the game.
Battle starts.
Alright, we're on the trailing edge of our battle line here. Ships are moving out at different speeds. Let's go ahead and be a little cheeky. Let's go around to the right. We'll flank wide. It seems to work well for the game. Oh, they have talked about it, Grinch. Excellent. Because I know for a fact, if they instituted submarine warfare into this, everyone would be like, yes, I want one! Oh, that explains the update that happened while we were waiting to start this up a little bit earlier. I actually wanted to stream about 30 minutes earlier to just get that much more playtime in, but it's like, update for the British. Okay, would you like to tell me more? No, you're going to find out on your own. Alright, fine. Italy coming out, that would be interesting. They're actually the nation I know the least about from a naval perspective. I know they made a very bad play with what ships they did have, and they either were lost, incapacitated, or they retreated. Alright, boys, come on. Yeah, that's a pretty good from the hip shot. Let's back it off to a quarter speed so we can get some more hits in. Oh, there's so much hitting the ocean near me. Full speed, get us out of here. Alright, so he's moving out. Let's try and hit it from there. Should be pretty good. But jeez, just the rate of fire on these things are absurd. And they have almost no spread. And where am I going? Helmsman, you're drunk.
I'm only as good as the orders I get, Captain.
Also, pretty inspiring music playing in the background. And I've reduced the ice on the planet just a little bit more there. Whoops. Alright. They're moving forward at a good clip, so we'll have to lead them a little bit more. Hits to the Citadel. Very good. That's... Alright, I think I've got the range now. Let's elevate it just a scotch. Alright. Again, those bow guns are just putting in so much work. Hey, buddy. What's going on? Oh, I'm falling short. I must have moved a little too far out of range. Got him!
We've destroyed an enemy cruiser.
Let's see if we can get another one before the game's over. Helm full ahead. Enemy has started capturing our base. That's not acceptable behavior. Well, let's bring the back guns in on this too. I love the fact that this ship sways to the side so damned easily that it's just like, well, you want to bring all of your turrets to bear? Small course correction is all you need. God, I am really enjoying this ship. I'm afraid to give it up, actually. Ooh, that's 3 out of 4 on that one. And someone else claimed it, but we still killed it, which is the important thing. And by the way, you will not have any high explosive with British cruisers unless you buy the premium ships to the Belfast at T7. Grinch, I just got into this game. I don't think I'll be making any large-scale purchases yet. And if I do, it'll probably be for something stupid like, would you like to have the 1942 naval camouflage skin? Or some other goofy thing that I'm going to sit there going, yeah, that's pretty nice. Oh yeah? How was the Iron Duke, Grinch? Alright, so let's again be very careful as to what we're doing. I don't want to run into the ground again. That's actually... I'm a little mortified that I managed to hit a giant blob of land in the middle of an ocean. I mean, that's like... How did you get to be a captain again? Well, a 30-minute training course and a download, and here we are. Collision course detected. Britain, swing. Swing it left. Come on. Yeah! Superior maneuverability saves the day once again. Calamity averted. Thank you to this jackass, by the way. And let's sink this guy. Full ahead.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
And he's not the only one. Mountain got in the way. Shame. Its ability to fire a single torpedo rather than a full spread is also a feature of the British ships. Ah, so you can kind of gauge the speed and relative distance to your target with a torpedo. I like that a lot, Grinch. And the target has been destroyed. Game concluded. Ruffle, I would be happy to hand it over to you for RimWorld in just a second. I want to see if we can actually get into a round against other players. Level 5. Fantastic. Free XP researching ships is much easier using free experience points. You now receive an additional free XP in the amount of 5% of XP earned in battle. That's nice. Upgrades. Fantastic. Okay, well, first of all, we're going to see if we can unlock any modules for the Black Swan, because I love me this ship. Yeah, let's get some... Oh god, we're improving the guns on the Black Swan. We had no problems before, but now we'll be even better. I actually don't even want to upgrade to the Weymouth. I really don't. I don't care that it has better survivability or artillery and maneuverability. I love this little ship. Yeah, I could purchase another one. But much like every World of etc., we're going to have to start paying money to unlock more spots for these ships. But before we do that, Ruffle is going to be playing RimWorld soon, which is excellent. He's been typing away furiously for the past 2-3 hours. He probably needs a break. But let's go ahead and... I'm going to fight someone in the Black Swan. I don't care. My inaugural fight against human beings is going to be in a ship that I've actually started to fall in love with. Ooh, good question, Ruffle Lobster. The Swan or the Dresden? The Swan is more accurate and has better speed, and her shells tend to hit a lot more on average, well, in the games that I've played. But the Dresden broadsides... Oh, I'm sorry. Wow. Sorry, Grinch. I was swallowing some water and that kind of surprised me. You can win extra ship slots too. I have only bought a few and I have almost 70 ships. You have 70 ships available for your own use. And okay, we're up again. Wait a minute, hold on, time out. We got into a game with people and it's one dude. One dude versus me and the A. Okay. So the game has given us an AI team and has given this player an AI team. Well, shit, I did say I wanted to play against people, and this is a person, so that's fine with me. I kind of got what I wished for, just not in the way I intended. Well, Grinch, that's fantastic, because I would love to keep this ship. I'm much that way in World of Tanks and in War Thunder as well. If I have the option to keep a vehicle that I truly appreciate and I enjoy using. For example, I still have a Panzer III, and I think I'm up to just short of having a Panther. But I love the PZ-3 tank so damn much, I will never get rid of that tank. Ever. So I'll be into like Cold War era tanks, and they'll be going... Zelphis, put the damn T3 tank back in the garage. I can't. I have to go 125 miles an hour in an armored vehicle. I have to. With a gun that fires ridiculously quickly and is extremely accurate. Alright, so our ally is already in trouble. Let's go ahead and see if we can't help them out a little bit. Way too high. Let's bring it down. Shoot, that upgrade really, alright. Now we're finding the range. Yeah, I got you, I think. Let's bring it down a little bit because he is turning into the shots. And we're closing the gap. Oh, those... Ah, come on. He slowed down, that's why the shots went too far in front of him. Alright. And you're kind of just an opportune target, so we'll hit you before going back to our primary target. Let's go ahead and swing left and bring our other batteries into play. There's the aft turrets firing. Why, hello there. And here's where the Black Swan just happens to shine. Look at all the shells. You will not survive this fusillade. This ship is taking a hell of a beating, though. I have to say I'm impressed. Alright, we're down one, they're down one, but they're about to lose a second. And I'm probably going to hit my ally here if I'm not careful. Oh! Could we not? Could we not? Yeah, there we go. And holy shit, why is everyone so close? Oh. Hey, if that Bougainville wants to die, I'm happy to help. Alright, your engine block should be out here somewhere. Alright, let's swing wide, not hit this wreck. Or our ally, because that would be just as disastrous. Alright, is that... Maybe I can hit the turret and just really screw them up. I'm using the wreck as cover. That's interesting. Gotcha. Let's see now. Maybe I can kill their captain. Full stop. Oh, he's turning into it, but that just makes it worse. You're not prepared for this. God, this is a... I don't know, man. Dresden or Black Swan. I'm still... They're vying for the affections of my heart. Oh. Oh! Are we having a conflict, gentlemen? And I love the sound effects for the incoming shells, just that displacement of air as they're wicking through it. Alright, we're firing too high. Let's bring it down. Adjust course accordingly. Alright, that one on the left's going to start ranging me soon. I'm still looking for that player. Shit, There. Alright, now we've got him. At least partially. Let's start move. That's become a little bit more evasive. Man, just the turn and speed of this ship is making it so much more interesting. Because most ship fights tend to be a slugging match. It's more, you don't really have the choice to be evasive. But with this one, I do. Let's get those aft batteries in on it. Oh, he's going to try and ram. Don't you do it. Full speed. And we're clear. Alright, let's go ahead. He's out of our range, so we'll bring it back to this target. Aiming guns, I'd certainly hope so. Oh, it's a Black Swan versus a Black Swan. It's treason, then. Drifting! Good night. Oh, Black Swan versus Black Swan Redux. This is probably gonna hurt. Yeah, we're taking some hits. You've unlocked the achievement Confederate. Come on, gunners. Don't fail me now. Bring it down. Bring it down. Come on, come on. Yes! Oh shit, but we're gonna die next. Oh! Oh! And let's not hit the... Come on, come on. Okay, we're safe. We're safe for now. We're hanging on by the barest sliver of health. But we've got this. I hope. It's 3v1. Oh crap, it's probably the last player. Let's take it to a quarter, huh? Let's go to cruising speed. At least until we have an idea of what we're dealing with. He's not capping our point, I don't believe. Let's back it up a little bit. Got it. We capped. We didn't kill the last target, but I'm okay with this. I'd much rather leave with my ship intact. Oh, look at this. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Black Swan. Look at all of that. That's ridiculous. And we've unlocked the high caliber, the heroic individual. Damage at least 4 enemy ships. Damage cost must exceed 30% of the total HP of all the ships in the enemy team. Next, the Kraken Unleashed. Destroy 5 or more enemy ships. And the Confederate. Damage at least 6 enemy ships. Damage caused of each ship must exceed 20% of their normal HP. 230 target hits. Hits to Citadel 22. Incapacitations 1 and 6 enemy ships destroyed. That's a note to end it on, I think. That is... And if this is indicative of how the British Navy continues to play in this game, I might actually start pulling myself away from the Japanese tree and diverting the points I'd invest in them into the British, so that I can continue to have the Germans and the British having Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4, Tier 5, respectively, so I can kind of keep hopping the ladder. And yeah, his was the last ship that made it out of there. Well, that was fun. I mean, that was harrowing, but it was fun. You're a wonderful little ship. In fact, while Raffle's playing, I'm probably going to go do a Google search and just kind of learn a little bit more about this little ship. But actually, that's it for World of Warships for tonight. It's been an interesting introduction to it. By all means, let me know how things went in chat. Any tips or tricks or advice that might help me get a little bit better at this game, as well as some better ways of maneuvering around the map. And hopefully tomorrow we'll start a little sooner in the afternoon, or we might return to one of the other titles. By doing so, we'll actually have a chance of fighting other people, because again, we are in North America, and it is getting a little earlier in the morning, so... I've got myself a container. I don't quite understand what that means, but let's go back to the port. Oh. Thank you, Grinch. Containers. Collect containers by earning XP during the day. You can collect up to 3 containers a day. If you have not manually collected your containers, they will be automatically added to your account at the end of the day. Ah, okay. More credits, more signals and camouflage, more consumables. Try your luck. Collecting... no. I don't need more credits. We're swimming in credits right now. Consumables, we haven't really hit the tech tree, or sorry, the tech level where that would be required. Signals and camouflage. I don't know, that sounds pretty interesting. Let's try that. What the? Okay. Open. I love how every game nowadays has a goddamn crate system. Thank you, Gabe. Look what you started. Signal editions, the Zulu, the legendary signal of the Imperial Japanese Navy, the Victor Lima. Can I find out more? Hurricane is approaching. You should take appropriate precautions. +1 chance of causing fire for bombs and shells of the caliber above 160 millimeters. Okay. Hotel Yankee. The vessel which has been in collision has sunk. Negative. And I lost it? Okay. I'm not too sure what that cargo ship just stole from me, but I'm probably going to sink it. It's right there. Don't mess with me. I've got a Black Swan. They bite. Your rewards. Issued. Oh, here, I can actually read a little bit more about this. Oh, total available and what we can use. Okay, so they're expendable. They're little things you can tack onto the ship and gain the bonuses. They're not permanent. When it said camouflage, I was thinking to myself, okay, we'll put on a little something special. Maybe put the Union Jack like right across, like splash it across the bow of the ship or something. Premium shop, that's going to tempt me later, but let's not do that now. Man, that was fun. Alright, well, I want to tag off. I want to know what happens in RimWorld, because we are trying a new strategy that Raffle had just adopted, and it's a little risky, but that's how he plays, which makes it all that more interesting to see how it does. So, tag out, Raffle. Take over. For those of you who are just joining us, Late Night Video is not off the air. We're just taking a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back.